Okay, now let's go see if we can catch some catfish. What do you think? Let me show you what I'm going to be using for that rig. Or the rig I'll be using for catfish. I'll get it right here in a minute. I'm going to use all my bottom rods, all three of them in rod stand. Yeah. And they talk real fast and mumble. Real fast and mumble. But that's okay. Okay, bottom rods. Heavy Chaser 10.2, Leviathan 10,000, Braid 011, an 8-ounce sinker, a titanium .014 liter. Okay, the .014 liter is good for 55 pounds. The line is good for 57 pounds. The rod is good for 59 pounds. So my leader and my line. The leader is the weakest part of the length. Line is next. Then 3/0 hook and medium cut bait. All four of them are set up the same way. So now let me show you the interesting part. Start with number 1. Anyhow, let me show you where we're going to be fishing. Get the map open. Here's the boat dock. You want to go to the right and all the way up here at the top. Now, if you're going to fish here, I suggest if you're going to try to find it at night, look at here. Put a marker up there, because that dock in the night is that one of those log docks. Extremely hard to see at night. So I put me a buoy there once I got there. Or you can go over there during the day. I'm gonna go over there during the day so you can kind of see where we're at, how to get there. And remember, you can always open up the map and see where you are and where you're going. We just turn around and head this way. Try not to run over anything. So I open up my map, see where I'm going. Remember, we're headed up here. So now we'll do a little left turn around this island. Get back to the right. Open my map back up. See, I'm heading in the right direction. That dock wasn't easy. The first time I went over here, it was not easy to find because I was trying to hunt it in the dark. There it is, right straight ahead of us. That's one of those you got to get in off to the side. So easiest to come over here and get out of your boat from over here, if it'll let me. Here we go. And you can fish from the land here, or you can fish from the dock. If you come here and there's, what are you doing to me there, line? Thank you. That's been happening a lot here lately. And the devs are where, anyhow, if somebody's over here on the dock, you can either go over here on the land, or you can go over here on the land and fish over by these weeds. Doesn't matter. It's not that critical. It's a little easier sometimes to put your rod stand down over there. The thing about the Portuguese language, it's a lot like Spanish. So if you speak Portuguese, you can speak a lot of words are the same in Spanish. Let me show you where we're going to be fishing. It's a long ways out there. Here's a deep hole out here. And where we're going to try to fish in this area, which is pretty much, so I'm leaning a little bit more to the left. I need to be a little, little bit more to my right before I cast. But anyhow, that's where we're going to fish, and it's a pretty good ways. Let me aim this a little bit better. Not much. Now see, there we go. Don't do that to me. Now I also want to fish at night, so we're going to head out to 9 p.m. Now, as far as money goes in this game, this is probably one of the better consistent money makers. If you get here at night and or during the day you don't fill your net, you can come over here and finish filling your net with these cats. Now, you're going to see how far out I'm going to cast. See, I'm out there 218 feet. I'm going to cast between 150 and 225 feet out. It's a long ways to the middle of that area of that hole. And I just kind of spread them out. See, we've already got a bite on one. Maybe I can get a third rod out before we cause a problem. The trophy gilded catfish are not easy to find. I mean, not easy to catch. But they're pretty good money. And the sorbins are pretty good. This looks like a sorbin because the gilded will go up in the red. Cool. Yes. Cool. The frontier. There's just a sorbin. Okay. I believe I said that was probably a sorbin. You'll tell the difference. Oops. See what I did? We're going to be out there good. See what we get out of this one. 198. That looks like a winner. Now, come on, fish. Are you watching this net so you know where to catch these catfish? Now, you can fish from the other island over there, but all you're going to catch over there is a sorbin and ripsaw. You won't catch any of the gilded. Yeah, we'll lay that one down, pick up 4. We know that's a sorbin probably. And that might be a gilded. Might be. We lay it down for a minute, bring the other net a little bit. So hopefully we don't lose one. Come all the way back here to catch fish, don't want to lose them. Just like playing with sturgeon. I'll take my headphones off here in a minute so I'll be more comfortable. I don't know if it's not getting a good connection. That blink, blink, blinking that my headset's doing, I don't know. Come on in, sorbin. Come on in. Come on in. Thank you. Trophy sorbin. Okay, come on. Oh, we got one on 3 now, too. So when action starts, it'll be pretty good. So now let me pick up 3. They might both be gilded. Don't want to lose either one of those. That's good money. And they'll fill your net, too. You can catch Arapaima and Payara and Silver Arowana and Rykon and all those. And then when you get to where, oh, it came on in. There we go. I gilded. And when I come on in, did I lose the other one? I didn't. Nope, it's still there. Nope, it's gone. Well, let's leave it there. It did. I missed it. I had my hat on. I didn't see that it said low line tension. So, and we caught the one. I reeled it too long. Shame on me. couldn't see the low line tension notification because of my hat. Put my hat back. I'm going to take my headphones off. Plug them in. I know they're fully charged. I let them charge completely overnight, but we'll see. Okay, let's start with number one. Start with number one. Let's go a little further. Remember, I must remember the lines are clipped. Hello, Z. Good morning. How are you this wonderful day? You're pink today. And you're not Dragon. The Dragon lady. Well, I took the clip off of that one, didn't I? How far is it out? Looks like a winner. They're pretty much all out in that hole. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. How's your dad? I don't think I've seen him on here fishing. Fishing in a while. I know he likes Maku Maku. What is going on here? Whatever I'm doing wrong. Here we go. We'll get it out there one way or t'other. I agree. That is good. Welcome all y'all this morning. I showed him earlier, Z, how to catch a uni Oscar and a uni Oracle. Which I wasn't trying to catch uni Oracle, I was trying to catch uni Oscar and caught that one accidentally. Which, look at there. It unclipped itself again. Now I'm not touching my wheel. We'll just clip it again. See what happens. Turn the light off so I can watch the rod stand. Boy, it gets dark, doesn't it? It says we gotta, look at here.
Paul Warfield Jr. probation.
Yes, sir. I'm doing fine, Paul. I guarantee he's asleep. I know, just wave, yeah. I sure will. We'll see. He got laid off from work, so he's playing these video games late at night. So I know he's asleep. So we'll get him up. Okay, buddy. Bye. Call my wife here in just a second. He does. He plays. There's another Gilded. Lost that one. Okay, let's do this one. Bear with me just a minute when I get this fish in, if you'd be so kind. Good morning, Milwaukee. That's easier to understand than Schlitz, because people might think I'm saying the wrong thing. Hey, Gilded. Goody. Look, see, there's decent money there. Decent XP. Give me just a second. I call my wife. Wake Brett up. Paul wants to come by and wave at him. At Rocky, I didn't. Are you talking to me, or are you talking to Heinrich? The last thing I did was trying to catch that white bass at Rocky. I didn't do any good. So what I did was I went where I had been normally catching white bass at St. Croix, and I caught one there. Light rig. The first fish I caught was Atlantic salmon. I didn't think I was ever. That last video I posted. I didn't think I was ever going to get that salmon in. It took a long time. But then I cast back out, and the next fish I caught was the trophy white bass, so it was worth the trip. Anyhow, what I was saying, look at this. That's supposed to be a full moon, star shining. Good Lord. It's as dark as, it's dark. Cool. Way to go. Way to go. Oh, Z, I'm sorry. Thank you for the follow. You'll have to forgive me. I've got a thing that's supposed to dance up and down and do all that stuff, and y'all probably see it, but I don't, because I cover it up so I can read the chat. So thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. I appreciate all my followers, believe me. We're going to have a competition this Saturday, a private competition. I'm going to do a video Friday morning and post it. It'll be on there probably before 12 o'clock, but anyhow, check it 12 o'clock or a little after. Hopefully I can explain everything that I want to explain. Or like Ricky Ricardo say, you got some explaining to do. And you cheat, right? Anyhow, in the video I'll tell you what we're going to be doing, where we're going to be doing it, so on and so forth. And then I'm not going to do any other streaming on Friday. That way, that video will be the last one posted, and y'all can look at it, and it'll tell you what's going on, when, where, how, and whatever. But it's going to be on Emerald Lake, and it's going to be a weight difference competition. But it's going to be only for my followers. So that's just, and what we're going to do, you see the hat I got on? These are the hats I ordered. They finally came in the other day. And the first, second, and third, if you want one, I'll ask you to email me your address, and I can mail you a hat. They're not like the ones that you can buy at the Fishing Planet store, because all they got is this part over here on the right side. I took the big logo. Now their big logo, this is gold, so I made it white so that it would show up better on a white hat. I didn't think gold would look too good on a white hat. So just my thoughts. And if you want one, if you place first, second, or third, that's fine. If not, that's okay. A little bit smaller. It's just, it's just something I want to do to let y'all know that I appreciate you. It ain't much. It's just a little something. And then again, remember, Tuesday between 12 and 2. Yep. I understand that. Well, that's what I did. I went back in that Microsoft store and downloaded the game there. It's free. Downloaded the game there so I could start all over again too. And I worked my way up to Emerald, and I just stayed at Emerald. I'm level 34 at Emerald. every time I go there, I catch a few fish and leave. But one thing I really like about the Microsoft Store version of this, you can have as many friends, unlimited friends in that game. Now, they're not easy to deal with, not easy to find, and the search mechanism is not as easy as it is here on Fishing Planet, on the Steam version. But you can have unlimited, where here you're limited to 100. Every once in a while I get 101, but it's just not too often. Don't forget girls. Hi, guys and gals. Z's a lady, but a good fish person. She know how to catch him fish. Okay, I've been here an hour. And I've got $15,000. That ain't bad. Ain't worried about the weight. So if you come down and fish tonight, of course you should already have, let's see, I got only 178 pounds, so you should have plenty of room in your, if you got 1102 or the 880, you should still have plenty of room. There you go, and gals. Good job, Milwaukee. You should have enough room in your net to fish whatever you want to fish there during the morning peak, evening peak, unless you fill it up with arapaima, and still come here and catch catfish. But that's the other part I want to show you. And if you'll look at where I'm at in the weather, see, I'm not even at peak yet. I started off on the low side. We're not even nowhere near peak yet. So they're just like real catfish. Come tonight, they get hungry. Are you down here fishing net? I know you like to fish for the arapaima. I went in a private room so I wouldn't have to keep going back and forth trying to talk with y'all on a chat and then talk with people in the chat window on the game. I get confused. I confuse easy. Got an itch. Got a scratch. Man, I went out this morning. I've got some weeds growing along a fence row, and I've got a sprayer that it's got full of. Well, my brain went dead. Whatever that stuff is, it gives leukemia, non-Hodgkin's leukemia. Anyhow, to get rid of the weeds, I put my gloves on and I go out there, and I had used the sprayer. Hey buddy, yeah, my big old buddy, yeah. Get rid of eye boogers, yeah. Roundup, that's the name of it. Very good, Milwaukee. I thought of it just as I turned back and you hit the chat. Anyhow, I had used the sprayer. I have what do you want? As if I didn't know. I had mixed up to get rid of the carpenter bees under my deck. They just drilling. They lay their nest, make a nest, lay their eggs. Here. Come here. Come. Oh, you're going to sit for me. Okay, shake. Good boy. Other. Good boy. Okay, there you go. They drill them holes, and I was afraid they're going to wind up drilling so many holes that it would weaken the floor joist from a deck. So I made up a mixture. Got this off the internet. A mixture of cayenne pepper and hot water. So I mixed up what it said to do, put it in my sprayer, went out there and sprayed everything down, and it helped a lot. They kind of run most of them off, and then I started filling holes and whatever. But anyhow, about probably 90% of the way through, the sprayer plugged up because it's a long hose and nozzle. It's got a little bitty tube inside with a small filter on it. You can't change the filter, but anyhow, it got plugged up. So I cleaned it out a little bit and poured out the rest of that mixture. So this morning I had put Roundup in there before, and I go out there and I pump it up and I start spraying. I get most of it sprayed down. It clogs up again. Now I didn't have any cayenne pepper in there, so I took the thing apart, and sure enough, that little screen was plugged up. Let's reset one just to wake things up. So I take it out, get me a little plastic tub, fill it full of real hot water, rinse out that screen, put it back in there, and I start spraying a little bit. It plugs up again in a little while. So then I go back in, get me another real hot tub of hot water, and I clean the sprayer, the little screen, swish it down in the water, and then I took the rest of the Roundup was in there and just went over and kind of slung it around on those weeds that I wanted to kill. Because I can't mow over there. I got some metal on the ground over there, so I can't mow. But anyhow, so then I took the real hot water and put the hot water down inside the sprayer and screwed it back on and pumped it up and cleaned everything out. So I told my wife, I said, I won't be putting any more cayenne pepper mix in that sprayer. I'll just use Roundup and Ortho-Grow and whatever help things grow. But I have to remember that sprayer is mainly for Roundup, and I'm going to Lowe's today to get another head for my weed eater, something a little easier to work with. And I think I'll probably buy another sprayer while I'm there so I can use it for other things instead of having to worry about and then label the one with the Roundup, make sure I don't put Miracle-Gro in it along with a little residue of Roundup. That probably would negate the purpose of putting the Miracle-Gro in it. But anyhow, well, we had 3 people join us and leave. They must have not liked what was going on. I don't know. We're just trying to fish. But Z, I will send you a whisper and give you a little heads up. I think you were here the other day when I told you about the mouse pads that I'll be giving away on, I don't know, we'll have a followers only chat one day, and we'll get 10 or 15 people in there, hopefully. And then I'll say, okay, we're going to have a drawing. Then I'll go to Nightbot and let it pick a winner. And then I'll ask you, email me your address, and I'll mail you a nice lighted mouse pad. It's 31 inches by 11 and a half, I think. It almost covers my whole desk. And hello there. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate the follow. Welcome. I always enjoy new followers. That lets me know that somebody does appreciate a little bit the fun that I'm having. And I hope down there on the points thing. Okay, let me reel things in here. I can do that. Mike, do you know Heinrich? Evidently you do. He keeps me straight. He tells me when my video is lagging or froze or when I've got everything on the wrong speed or he keeps a lookout. It takes care of me. I keep telling everybody, even a blind hog can find an acorn once in a while. And I believe Heinrich must be one of my acorns. Acorns are good for hogs. They're like candy. Oh man, that's candy. Any of y'all do deer hunting for real? When you're walking through, or just out in the woods, walking through a field or whatever, do you know what bear's lice are? Hey, you do, buddy. Like I said, you keep me straight. I need to be kept straight. Who else is down here? Oh yeah, Lord Watkins. He wants me to try to help him with catfish on a super low peak because he said his buddies have figured out how to just kill them. Okay. Does he ever come in with a beggar's lice all over his pants and whatever? He has to take a knife just to scrape them off. Call them beggar's lice. There's seeds for something. I don't know. We just always call them beggar's lice because they're little fuzzy seeds that stick everywhere when you're walking through sagebrush and stuff like that. But you can pick them off one at a time. But the easiest way to do it is take a pocket knife or your hunting knife and just scrape down the cloth, and they'll come right off. Let's see. There you are. And anyhow, those, yes, I do, Mike. I don't do as much as I used to, but I really do. You know, yesterday, I see you highlighted the chat. Yesterday, I didn't even know what points were. Yesterday morning, I'd heard people talk about points and points and points, and I had no idea what points were. And then I did a search on Yahoo just to see what they were. Found out, and I was watching Big Boy fish and helping him a little bit. And the next thing I know, I was clicking on the bonus. Whoa, I changed room and lost my rod stand. Clicking on the bonus one. The next thing I know, I had 1,700 points. Okay. Then this morning, I go in another room. Cutlass was playing his truck driving simulator. And I got a couple bonuses, and I looked, and I had 900 or 770, I think it was, in his room. So what happened to the other 1,000 points? Or do you get points in each individual stream that you watch? That part I don't know. Live and learn. The big boy was having a good time. Whoa, that's cool. Okay, for each individual stream. Thank you. See, Heinrich keeps me straight. My acorn. And then one guy was on her. Oh, wasn't big legit. I forget who it was in a stream I was watching. Said he had 72,000 points for whoever he was watching. I don't remember who he's watching. That's a lot. That means somebody watched somebody a lot. Now, I also was told, see, I'm on Prime, Amazon Prime, that I get one subscription a month. But I tried to give somebody a subscription, and the first one I tried, and it wanted money. But I'm supposed to get one free one a month. So I don't know. That part I don't know. I've done that, Mike. I was up on the side of the road up by Chickamauga Lake up above my house, and I just peeling around with a spoon that I had. I hadn't used it for anything. I just figured, yeah, nice weather. Excuse me. Nice weather. I'll just get out and throw this spoon out there and just, I've always got a rod and reel in the back of the truck or back seat of the car or whatever I'm in. And I'll just see see what happens, see how it works. Well, I threw it out there a couple of times. I caught a stick. I got hung up on the bottom, and the typical when you're fishing in a river. Okay, I got what I thought was hung up again, but it was coming in. I thought, well, I done hooked a log, because there's a lot of people up there that put Christmas trees and stuff in the water for fish habitat, so that they'll stick around. Oops, didn't pick it up. Lost it. Doggone. Dog-nabbit. Anyhow, I cast out there, and like I said, what is going on? Okay, shift 3. We'll pick it up that way. I cast out there and started reeling in, and I seriously thought that I had a tire that somebody put out there as a structure to keep the fish around. I lost the other one. I'm not doing too good, am I? Well, yeah, let me turn the light on so I can see what's going on here. So anyhow, I reeled it in. It's about a 4-pound crappie, white crappie. My favorite fish to catch, two really, is catfish below the dam here. They get pretty big. And hybrid stripe. They get big, and they put up a heck of a fight. Because most of the time, you'll foul hook them in that swift water. Every once in a while, you get a good hookup, but most of the time, it's a foul hook. But I like to catch big catfish. If I want to go down there just for fun, I go down there and put a couple of jigs on, a chartreuse white head and a white feathers with a chartreuse head, and catch either white shad or gizzard shad. And the guys that are up there fishing for catfish, they kind of like me that way, because they, what are you going to do with them? You going to use them for bait? I said, no, you're welcome to use them. Oh, thanks. Take them down there and cut the guts off of them, cut chunks of meat up, and use them for cut bait for large catfish. They'll fish out underneath the boils. Might have been too far out with that one. Maybe that's why I'm not getting as much hit. We'll bring it in a little bit. But about the biggest catfish I've ever caught around here is about 30 pounds, I guess. Striper, a little smaller. They're still fun to catch. I like to catch spoonbill too. Shovelbill. Some people call them shovelbill. They, in that swift water below the dam, they put up, a 5-pounder. You think you got a whale on there, because they use that spoon to, like that, because they don't eat anything. They feed out their mouths on the bottom. They feed on the bottom of the water or the river, and they feed on vegetation. So about the only way you catch them is to foul hook them. And a 5-pounder, you'll think you got a whale on there in that swift water below the dam. But when you, hello Colin, good morning. When you clean them and you gut them, the meat is so clean and fresh. My father-in-law, he loved them. Whenever I'd take him a shovelbill, spoonbill, whichever you want to call it, you thought I'd taken him. I don't remember what the name of that beef is in England that they feed them cattle nothing but beer and get them fat and tender for the queen. That's like $700-800 a pound or whatever it is. But you would thought that's what I'd brought him, because he was, oh man, he liked fish anyhow. But that shovel bill, man, he thought they was out of sight. Out of sight. Here we go. Okay, a little over 2 hours. We got 200 pounds, about 100 pounds an hour. But look at the money. Look at the money. Show me the money. 20 grand. And you can make more other places here. But you all know me. I like the bobber fish and I like the bottom fish. If you're here, Net, still watching, come on in this friends only room with Z and I. You're welcome. You're welcome anytime. Because I know you like to fish for the Arapaima. Now, you know what I haven't done here? I haven't tried to use that lure that I like on those lily pads at night. I wonder what that'd work. Or use that spinner, buzzbait, and put a glowworm on it. We have to try that. Let's just do that. Now that you know where the catfish are and how to catch them, what to use, let's go try that. Something different. But I tell you right now, I'm not going to drive all the way back in the dark. I'd run into all kinds of stuff. I run into all kinds of stuff during the day on this lake. I know at night would be a nightmare. Remember to get my rod stand this time. Okay. So I'm gonna go here and back to the boat lawn. You know, sometimes you do that and it throws you in. Let's see, I need to set it up. Done. Throws you in somebody else's room. And let's see, that one. That's a small one, and the other is okay. We use this one, and the other throws you in another room. Try to figure out what in the world. We'll start off with the rattlesnake, and then we'll try one of the night worms just to see what happens. I haven't tried this yet, so we don't know what's going to happen. Haven't tried. Wonder what kind of drinks are in the cooler. Some good old cold ice water, or Coca-Cola. Open up my map, see what I'm going to run into. See, I'm headed the wrong direction already. Oops, fixing to run into the island, and I did. Okay, we gotta get over here where I want to fish. Here we go. Slow down, slow down. Baby, now we're moving way too fast. Okay. Now let's see what happens. Oh, boy, I'm way too close, aren't I? Okay. What I say at nighttime, I'm a danger in the boat. Now let's see what we got here. That looks better. That looks better. That wasn't too bad a wreck. Well, I need to be on the other side of that right there. So, let's get that anchor up and put my trolling motor down. See if it'll go to the left around those weeds sticking out. Here we go. Here we go. That right there ought to be good enough for government work. Hello, Robert. Sorry. Well, what you'll have to do is go back to Texas, and there it costs you nothing to travel, or for the license. If you got 200 for the advanced license at Texas, get you a 1-day advanced license at Texas. Use a sloop spoon, that 1/8 ounce sloop spoon, and cast out and catch spotted bass, and that'll build your money up where you can go to Rocky. But that's what I've done it more than once. Run out of money and have to go back to Texas. Anybody playing this game, same thing. Run out of money, got to go back to Texas and build up something so you can go somewhere else and make more money. But remember, when you go to Rocky, look at your travel cost, your license cost, and what rigs you're going to be using. Float, you're going to need bait. A small spinner works good at Rocky for the cutthroat and rainbow and Colorado, golden Colorado. So take a little piece of paper and write down what you're going to need for bait, lure, travel, and license, so that when you get there, you don't realize you don't have, or start there, you don't have enough to go, and then you wind up spending more time in Texas. But that's okay. Good question. My stepdaddy always told me that the only question is, some people say, yeah, get the advanced license, or you can't keep the spotted bass. You can keep you get the XP, but you don't get the money. So be sure and get the advanced license. Way to go, Milwaukee. Don't tell me I caught me an arapaima at night. Yes, go to Emerald. It don't take a very heavy, a 13-pound rig like a jig winner. I think it's a 810 or 910 that's good for 13 pounds, and get a reel to match it. Oh, okay, cool. There you go. There you go. That's awesome. Yes, yeah. If you've got the coins, you can do that. Well, I think it's 50 coins. But if he's just level 6, I think he said, he's not going to have 50 coins. He wouldn't have earned them yet. But anyhow, whenever you do get 50 coins, yes, Colin, she was drag on. Anyhow, when you get 50 coins, I would buy Texas if you don't buy any others, because if you get down to flat zero, you'll always have a little bit of bread or some red worms in your bait. Hey, Vino, how you doing, buddy? Don't ask me remember nothing. Anyhow, I've got down to where I had like $50. You can always go back to Texas and get you some bread, get you some brim or shiners or whatever, get you some money, and then you can, if you don't have that lure, that spinner or that sloop spoon, but you can build your money up there at Texas. It just takes a while. Or you can go to Rocky, or like Heinrich said, when you get to level 8, you're going to need about $12,000 to buy the rig that you need to get the lure, the rod and the reel, and the line. Well, I hope you do. To go to Emerald to catch the walleye. And you can farm walleye. That, see, when you fish with a lure, it doesn't cost you anything to catch a fish. If you fish with bait, if you've got a $50 bait and you catch a $200 fish, all you made was $150 because your bait cost you $50. But if you spend $500 on a lure, every fish you catch reduces the cost of that lure. So eventually, you're catching fish for nothing. At least that's the way I look at it. And my family will tell you, I pinch a penny. Now, I don't mind spending money, but I'm going to get my value, and I pinch a penny. This is probably I'm 75 or 80 pounders, what I'm guessing. These dudes are getting where they fight hard, Vino. I haven't tried any in the testers. Super test, I guess, way to say it. Anyhow, CBT. But always, always make sure you have enough money to buy what you need where you're going to go. Like I said, I downloaded a Microsoft game, which is free. And when I got to level 8, I made sure I had enough money. A young one. See that? All that fight for 60 pounds? Come on. Anyhow, it was still fun. And make sure you have enough money to take care of what you need wherever you're going to go beforehand. Or you'll see a lot of people. They come and they go. 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 Each time you go to a place and realize that you don't have what you need and you leave, it costs you money. That big one you had on, Z, was that the butterfly? Heinrich needs to, if he's going to listen and watch us fish here, he needs to get out there to California and start farming sturgeon on that 9-11-1-3 system that I try to teach everybody. It'll take a while. Probably about 2 weeks of really consistent farming sturgeon to get up to where you can come to Maku. A lot of people buy the DLC. Just so. Rainforest, I think is what it is. There again, I'm cheap. Yeah. The 64-pounder. Well, I was going to say my 60-pounder fought like it was a 100-pounder. Maybe I get more energy at night. Maybe the steroids are stronger. Hello, Sammy. Awesome. Yes, Emerald Lake. There you go. That's the place. Like I said, when I downloaded the Microsoft version, I was level 8. I got that 1/4 ounce purple narrow spoon, jig winner rig, 13-pound. Hello to you too. And went to Emerald. What do we got here? What do we hang up? And I'm level 34, and I'm still there fishing, catching. When I go to that version, I'm still there fishing, catching walleyes. And then every once in a while, I've got the I use a 6/7 ounce jig and a 3-inch glow in the dark night worm, and go over against the rock walls and catch uni sauger at night. There you go. There you go. Way to go. Okay, let's see what happens when I put a night worm on here. What do you think? It's a big fish down here. Let's put the big worm on. What do you think? 6-inch? Yeah. That looked like a snake going through the water, won't it? I got a book that I'm reading that's 22,000 or 20, I forget what the number is. 2,200, 22,000, I forget. Hacks for everyday living, and that's how to do things with ordinary things. And one of them is, I hung up already. One of them is, I have a TV tuner. It's black. When you're watching TV, you don't want every light on in the room. So when you drop the TV tuner and try to find it, where is it? You can't see it. I mean, it's invisible in the dark. So one of the hacks in that book, and I'm going to get me some, is glow-in-the-dark nail polish. Congratulations, Colin. And paint some glow-in-the-dark fingernail polish on it. Let it dry. Who'd have thought? I mean, simple little things like that. A light switch that's on a dark backplate in a room. Yes, congrats. Now you can go California. And do some sturgeon farming, and you get up there in a hurry. Because when you're like level 40 and down, or 40 to 50, you level up faster. The XP with a sturgeon, man, that XP bar slides across there in a hurry. You just reeling them in, aren't you, Sammy? With 2 bottom rods and a rig. That narrow spoon. That's a killer up there. For whatever it's worth, you people that are new here, I'm going to have a video posted Friday. I'll post it around noon, so you can watch it anytime after this. That's the only thing I'm going to. I'm not going to do any streaming except that video, and it's also going to be there, just my big old face. And Saturday we're having a private competition for my followers, and I'll explain a little bit about it in that video Friday, and that's it. And then Saturday morning I'll create the competition and put a password on it, and then we're going to do it from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. 30 minutes. I'll start it at 1 o'clock my time for 30 minutes, which is 2 hours of game time. And the only way you're going to get the password is about 30 minutes before, like say between 12 and 12:30, something like that. I'll be online streaming. It's going to be followers only chat, and you come in the room and ask me for the password, and I'll give you the password. But like I said, it's followers only, and then you can go there, and it's what it's going to be is at Emerald Lake, and it's going to be weight difference, the difference between the largest fish you catch and the smallest fish you catch. That way, there can't nobody say, well, I'm really good at catching walleyes. So I can go there and I can really rip that one up. Well, if you are, that's good. But if you're good at catching big walleye, you might not be good at catching little fish. And somebody that's good at catching little fish and average size walleye may have a bigger weight difference than somebody that's really good at catching the bigger walleye, because it's going to be during the day, whenever the day peak is. And that way, anybody that's level 8 and on up, which most of my followers are, you can come there and fish and have a good time. And this is what I want to do. For first, second, and third, when it's over, I'll go back to the room, and if you are one that plays first, second, or third, I'll go back to streaming, and you come in and tell me that you want a hat. Yes, then I'll get you to email me your address, doubletalk73@yahoo.com. It's doubletalk_73, because they made me put an underscore in it. But anyhow, and then I'll mail you the hat if you want one. If you don't, that's okay. It's only $100 to enter, so it's not a whole lot of money, and it's fun. And I thought Mike would be here by now, Heinrich, giving you a hard time. Mike and Heinrich have a little competition going on just between them. Heinrich the other day said he didn't care where he finished, first or last, or not last, next to last, so long as he was one ahead of Mike. Oh, I'm sorry, that's funny. I guess they don't like the big worm, so let's try a smaller worm. Or I'll tell you what, let's try this. That's a pretty good combination down at Blue Crab. The flounders like it. Really? Okay. He might have had some work to do. We talked about an hour last night, I guess, and finally I said, man, it's bedtime. I gotta go to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. He said, okay. Oh, there we go. There's me some lunch. Or breakfast. You know what was funny? It took forever to catch the first one. I mean, I've even cast lures at old No Tail, trying to catch him. And as soon as you throw a lure at him, he disappears. But once you catch your first one, they're a little easier to find. That's like the blue crab down in Mississippi, Blue Crab Island. Once you can throw at the bank forever, catch lilies and sticks and everything. And then once you catch that first blue crab down there, then they're a lot easier to catch, which is funny. I guess they just gotta. Change your hook size. Are you using, well, you just said you got your bait, so change your hook size. Go a little bit bigger on your hook. Although they're pretty voracious. They'll eat just about anything on about any size hook. Well, I didn't even get a ghost hit with that. Let's try this one. They can see that one. Yeah, 2-aught. I'd put a 6-aught on there. You'll still catch fish. But if you catch the piranha, they're going to be pretty good size. Maybe not trophies, but they'll be pretty good size. See, Sammy, that's what I was talking about. If you're using bait, you got to catch a fish that's worth more than the bait you got out there. Like these, the spotted aruk, what do they call it? Aruk, whatever. Akaras are here. Let's see. Baits, fresh baits. Those dudes right there. 5 of them are 20. They're $500 a piece. So you've got to catch a $500 or better fish if you're using that for bait, or you need it. You know, you catch a $200 or $300 fish every time. You need a bigger truck. Been there, done that. See, it's not like real life fishing when you go get you 100 crickets for $2. You know, you got 2.5 cents in each one. But you're going to catch fish. But if you go and you get, there's some high dollar worms out there that cost you a couple, $3 a worm. You know, 10 worms are $30, you know. I don't use them. If I'm going to use worms, yeah, that's something I could do. I could do a video and teach y'all how to fiddle worms. Pinkies with a number 16 hook. I think that's what it is. Well, thank you, Sammy. I appreciate the follow. I really, really do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome anytime, too. Under the tree. Yep, that's where they are. But I use it, yeah. Whatever the smallest hook you can buy is. I think it's a 16, if I remember right. But anyhow, that's what I used, and pinkies. But they'll bite like Colin said. He used dough balls. But anyhow, make a video. Take my I've got a portable camcorder. It's got a hard drive in it. And take it, set it up, and make a video and show y'all how to fiddle worms. See, we fiddle worms around here, and they're called fiddler worms. And it's good when the weather's right and the ground is soft, but if the ground's hard, it won't work. The way you tell you got good garden soil is if the ground is loose and crumbly, but if it's hard packed, chances are your garden's not going to grow very good. Worms is what breaks up the soil. So anyhow, that's the end of my lesson for today. But anyhow, if I take a video camera, set it up on my tripod, and then fiddle worms, and then post a video on here on how to fiddle worms. Wherever there are pine trees and soft soil, you should be able to fiddle worms. And other than your gas, your time, it makes them free. Free bait is good bait. Now you do know, Colin, you're giving away a secret there that might cost you first, second, or third place in the competition. There you go, Z. Nice one. Nice one. In our event Saturday, or competition Saturday. But you know what? I do the same thing. If somebody asks me, I don't care. If I'm in a competition and somebody needs some help, I'm going to help them. I mean, it's not like it's life or death. Yes, you're right. And welcome. Dan, did you ever use an old crank telephone? That'll do too. The idea is the same. You stick two rods in the ground and hook up that old telephone and crank it, and it sends electricity to the ground, and they come up. But the way you fiddle worms is you take your crosscut saw, a bucket, and a rake. That's all you need. Do you still do it? And Mabel answers, says, Mabel, I need the Johnsons. Yeah, they're too long and one short. Or do you remember the party lines? See, I grew up north where we had party lines back in the woods where our ring was two longs and one short. You go ring, 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 because the operator would push a button that you had to go through. And then half the time she would stay on there listening. We'd have to tell her, now you need to get off the line. This is private. Then you hear a click, but she could do this. She could take her headset and go like this. And you think she hung up, but she didn't. She's still listening. Party line, yes. And the operator knew what everybody's code was. One long, one short, three shorts, four longs. Hello, Pyramid. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're getting a whole crew here today. This is awesome. We're having fun. We're having fun. And we're learning. Dan's teaching us how to get worms. But anyhow, yes, you're exactly right for the gossip. Word of mouth. Oh, Lord, did you hear? Have you heard? Yeah. But to fiddle worms, a rake, a bucket, and a crosscut saw. You know, the one's got big teeth. And you go down into the woods, you see little saplings, pine saplings about this big around, about 2.5, 3 inches. And you cut it off about 3.5 feet off the ground. Just saw it off. Take your rake all the leaves and everything away in an area about 10 foot. And then you sit there. Hello, Steph. Welcome this morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, the Nightbot, it's very, very sensitive. Steph comes in and gets timed out. That's terrible. If I could, I would ban the Nightbot. But anyhow, you take that crush cut saw and go across the top where you just saw it, make it go, make it bounce. And what it does is that vibration goes down through the roots, and in a few minutes, you'll see the worms. They'll just start come crawling, getting up out of the ground because they can't take it. Same thing with the electric rod. But they'll come, and then you just put a little few of the leaves and some dirt in your bucket and just pick them up. If you don't get enough, just, or if you have somebody with you, no big deal. It's no problem. No problem at all, Steph. He's whatever, not a good person anyhow. Which one is it? Hey, Ted. Welcome. Welcome to the crew. I don't remember what you got to catch. I'm sure walleye's in there, and I'm sure that Heinrich is blue nose must be in there. He wouldn't be asking. Got to be up here. Everglade, Falcon, Neon, Emerald. There's an Emerald Exploration. Pumpkin Seed, Common Shiner, Golden Shiner, Blue Nose Minnow, Yellow Perch, Black Crappie. Okay. Most of those are going to be to the right of the dock under the tree. Okay. The Black Crappie is going to be, if you're standing on the boat dock over on the far left-hand side, you look straight out. There's some lily pads out there about, oh Lord, I don't remember how far. It's 70 or 80 feet. The right end of those, if you got a boat, just go out there and fish right straight down at the end of those lily pads. That's where the black crappie are, and I used crickets for them. But for most of the others, pumpkin seed, shiners, you can use pinkies or red worms, and blue nose minnow. Colin was talking about it earlier. Yes, packed with fish. Yes. But that's where they are. Most of it, except the yellow perch. The yellow perch, you've got to get out in the middle in the deep water. If you'll throw that 1/4 ounce purple narrow spoon enough out towards the middle and bounce it 3 feet off the bottom, you'll catch the yellow perch. It'll take some while. You'll catch a lot of walleye, but you'll catch grass pickerel and chain pickerel, but eventually you'll catch that yellow perch. That was the best way that I caught it. And then the Emerald Trail, of course, sauger, you have to catch them at night. The redfin and the grass pickerel and you'll catch the grass and the chain when you're trying to catch that perch out there in the middle with that 1/4 ounce purple narrow spoon. And the other pickerels are over there by the shiners. What's a whiner? That's a new bait. I'm sorry. I type terrible, so that's what I'm laughing at. They don't tell me what's going to come out. Yeah, about 45 feet out. And if you've got red worms or crickets and dough balls come from Texas. They're cheap. That's over there underneath that tree to the right of the dock, on the other side of the boat, like a 10 or 12-inch leader. It's not very deep, and you'll catch a lot of them there. And then probably the yellow perch on that first one. The yellow perch will be the hardest one to catch. Whichever one is last, the yellow perch or the black crappie. It seems like no matter when I do any of these missions, the last fish is always the hardest to catch. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter. If walleye was the last one on the list on here, if the walleye was the last one to catch, it'd be the hardest fish to catch. Okay. I see what you're talking about, the golden shiners. There you go. I understand. And your the blue nose minnows under there too. Use a small hook, small hook. You'll catch a lot of everything there, but use it at least. Hey, Wicked. Yep, very, very small. I think is a 16 the smallest you can buy in a game? I don't remember. I think 10 is the smallest I've got in my inventory. Yeah, 10 is the smallest I've got in my inventory, but I think you can buy it. I use a 10 for a lot of things. That's a very, very small hook. But anyhow, just pick them old worms up. Way to go, Z. See, I was looking at everything else and didn't see you caught that uni flat whisker. They're strange looking fish. But they pay. Whoa! I kind of overcast that one, didn't I? Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, that's no wonder. I still got the bottom rod on when I was looking at the hooks. Oh, Lordy. Now see if it's, sometimes you do that and it don't change rods. I've had that happen more than once. But see, if we got 14 viewers, 14 followers, somewhere down the line, that would be a good time to have a random drawing. That would be a good time. 10 to 15. Okay, then don't worry about using 8. If that's what you got, that's what you got. And you don't want to leave because it costs you money to come back. See, when this game first came out in the beta version, I could gift you hooks, or I could loan you or give you money. I could give you bait, but then they changed it. Oh, I did? Oh, that was when we was all flapping our jaws and having a great time, wasn't we? But not all of them are followers. Some of them are just viewers. But if we had, 10 to 15 followers, like I said, when I do this, it's going to be a followers only chat, so we'll know exactly how many we got in there. And I don't want to do it with just 4 or 5. Hopefully we'll have 10 to 15. And that way, I ain't worried about it. That's the random drawing. And that will be Monday. See, they're having their tournament, the salmon tournament for the anniversary tournament, from 2 p.m. to on the 11th to 10 p.m. 10 a.m. on the 12th. So you got all day long to fish it. And then they're having the second qualifier from 10 a.m. to, I think it's 10 a.m. excuse me, the next day. Same thing. You got all day long. I'll look at it here in just a minute. So our event, our tournament for our followers is not going to interfere with anybody wanting to fish in that event. I'm going to fish in it. You never know. Let's see. See, here it is. This is from 2 p.m. to 10 a.m. and that's at White Moose, catching salmon, Atlantic salmon. And then the next one is on the next day from 2 p.m. to 10 a.m. on the 12th. So you've still got all day long to fish there. You got between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. to practice or do what you need to do. Well, thank you. That's a nice thing to say. That really is. The only thing I think that's ever been nicer than that was one of my friends that I was on Discord with. He's in England. His wife said that I had a melodic voice that she could listen to me all day long. Uh-oh. Got a runner. If it's got one of your lures, You remember alternate F4. Save your lure. If it's just a bait, keep your rod held high and don't reel it as long as that reel indicator shows max. Won't have time. Let me tell you something. Yesterday, we can't enter it yet. You see, you have to, the day before. Anyhow, you can't apply. I went up to White Moose and I thought, well, I know where salmon are. They moved them. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Same place. Good luck. That's like the guys that do broadcasting are not taters, they're commentators. Just commentators. Anyhow, I went up to White Moose, thought I'd practice a little bit. I saw when the weather was, and I saw what the temperature was. That'll tell you kind of about what time of the day they're going to set the tournament for. I caught 2 salmon, but I caught a uni lake trout, several regular lake trout, a trophy splake, but only 2 salmon. And I fished at both ends. And Propensity sent me marks of where to fish for Atlantic salmon. It didn't work. They moved them. So then I said, well, I'll go to St. Croix. I know where to catch them there, right? You're welcome. All right, way to go, Steph. Congratulations. Yeah, it is. I've got a few coins. Yes. But congratulations, Steph. So I figured I'd go to St. Croix. I know where to catch salmon there, right? Off of the lighthouse out there. To the left of the buoy, about halfway between the two. Yep. I fished there 4 different days. At the time I know they're there. I didn't catch a one. I didn't catch nothing. No smallmouth bass, no walleye, nothing. I thought, well, okay, I'll go to San Joaquin. And the other day when I was there, you're more than welcome. Okay, good deal. Anytime. If we can help, we'll be glad to. That's what we're here for. We help each other. So I figured I'd go to San Joaquin because the other day, I think I told y'all I was throwing out that rattlesnake with a buzzbait and just catching Chinook one right after another. I fished there for 4 hours, game time, different times, different weather, different peaks. Not a one. I caught striped bass, steelhead. That's it. And the other day when I threw it out, seemed like the sauger, okay, that has to be at night. And it takes a boat. You have to, if you're standing at the dock, looking straight across the lake, there's a rock wall over there. You take your boat, you go over there, and I use a 3-inch glow-in-the-dark worm. I think it's like $200, $300. And you could probably use a 1/2 ounce jig head. And you back off about 70 or 80 feet, throw it against the right-hand corner of that rock wall, and bounce it 3 speed along the bottom back out to you. And the glow-in-the-dark worm, you'll catch a sauger. And if you get lucky, you might catch a uni sauger. They're kind of hard. I've got a video on it. On YouTube, it says how to catch the elusive uni sauger. And that tells you what I use. I think I use the X Series 6/7 ounce, but you can use a 1/2 ounce. It'll produce too. I'm just kind of partial to that 6/7 ounce. It's got a lot of fish for me. So give that video a gander, and I'll tell you where to fish for them, as long as as well as when and how. Okay? But anyhow, I fished, like I said, 4 hours, game time different, all kinds of different stuff. And using that buzz bait with the rattlesnake, did not catch a single, not one Chinook. I even went down the dam and fished over to the left where it's supposed to be. Nothing. So, there you go. That'll tell you stuff. So, but you know what? I'll be in there. I'll be in all three of them. Maybe be streaming. Maybe y'all can watch me while you're fishing. Maybe we can help each other. If I find them, you'll know it. But it starts at 2. I usually go into a competition when it starts 2 o'clock. If it starts at 2 p.m., I'll be in there a minute or so after 2 p.m. But unless you have a hook and bait or a lure in the water, this is all lures, you ain't gonna catch nothing. I guarantee. It's like people gripe about the lottery. I ain't never gonna win. Well, if you don't buy a ticket, I guarantee you'll never win. Some people don't like buying tickets. They think it's gambling. Well, here in Tennessee, the money for the lottery is supposed to go to schools. You're right. Although we're getting awesome. Wait a minute, 215 point what? See, my biggest is 215.2. Oh, I'm sure you beat that. Let me go here and see. Yep, crunched me. Now I feel like a bug. Congratulations. That was worth fighting for, though, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Good fish. Good fish. Okay, let's get back to whatever we're doing here. Besides, we ain't catching fish, that's for sure. We did better back here to catfish, didn't we? I wonder if a bait. Yes, yes, yes. That's when you hold your breath and hope your rod and reel don't give out, your line don't break, or your leader. I'm telling you, keep an eye on them leaders, because I guarantee you that fish wore that leader a lot. Change it before you catch that next fish. This is probably a mistake. But I make a lot of them. Let's see. That's only good for 13 pounds. Oh, Lord. If I hook an arapama here, I'm in trouble. It's 13 pounds. Just ain't going to do it. I'll put my headphones on so I can hear the ding, if I get a ding. Well, I got another follower that I didn't know about. Rex. Thank you, Rex. Rex Ord Rules. Cool. I do apologize. I don't want anybody to feel like they're being slighted, but for some reason, my follower notification, I don't know, maybe I'll see it, hear it. I don't, because this screen where I read the chat covers over where that occurs. So I'll send you a whisper. I've got to send Z and Mike and Sammy and now Rex. I'll send y'all a whisper that tells you a little bit about what's going on August the 11th. It doesn't say anything about this Saturday, but I'm gonna put a video up Saturday or Friday so that you know what's going on there. That's going to be our competition for first, second, and third, a private competition. Losing 2 baits, yeah. You got your 2K back, didn't you? There you go. Burn fat. Yeah, Z wore them out. Exercise and wore it out. Now I saw that one. Onev, welcome. I'll be sending you and thank you for joining us. I appreciate all my followers. I really do. Yeah, lift your anchor first. Up, Nightbot don't like it. Here we go again. Didge. Hey, Didge. Did. She likes to go heart, kiss, heart. Did you report it? Okay, good. I can't ban it, or I would. But welcome, dude. That lady's a fisherman, I tell you. Excuse me, fisher person, for real. She keeps everybody straight in super test. See, I think everybody in this game knows everybody else. That's funny. Pops. Thank you. Thank you very much. See, I don't know. Thank you for the follow too, dude. Oh, it's not a follow. It's a subscribe. Cool. Thank you very, very much. A whole 14 seconds ago. Now, y'all know that's not necessary. Really. I appreciate it, but it is not necessary. Now, I'm not independently wealthy, but I'm not here for any money. I'm here to have fun and help whoever I can. And not only that, the conversation here. Awesome. Okay, Heinrich, take care, buddy. We will have fun. She is too kind. But like I said, I'm not here to make any money. I'm here to have fun. Y'all know I love to talk. So if you're here, like yesterday, when I was streaming at the end, and my stream locked up, I had 8 or 9 people, and my stream just froze. Wicked came on and told me I was froze. So I told everybody, I said, well, I'm going to cut this off, and then I'll start it back up, and that should unfreeze unfreeze it. There we go. So that's what I did. And when I came back on in a little bit, I had 1 viewer. So I talked just like there was 40, 50 people there. Oh, and I told that this morning to Cutlass. I was watching him drive his truck. I was the only one viewing him then. And he said, man, he can't do that. He said, whenever there's nobody watching him or he doesn't have any viewers, he just can't talk to himself. I said, well, I don't talk to myself. I talk to the camera. I talk to the fish. I talk to the monitor. I talk to the rod and reel. I just talk. And he said, man, I can't do that. I thought that was funny. I guess it was hung up. That was the problem. Aha, see, there she is. She's a kissy person. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yes, I am. I'm Robert Hardy on there. No, when I went on there and asked Jeff, Big Daddy, asked me what I want to be called, and I said old man. And so that's what they put in. And then I go there fishing, and I was Double Talk 73, and they said, or Robert, and they said, wait a minute, who's the old man? I said, well, that's me. And they said, well, that's not, who in the world is that? I said, that's me. No, I don't have a second account now. They got rid of that one. So when I go on a tester, the super test, I'm just Robert. And I've talked to you a lot. I gave you hearts and thumbs up and whatever. But D and V, they just call me Robert. So that's who I am. Well, evidently there's no fish at night here with bloodworms. And I don't want to put anything bigger on there because I'll lose my rig. Now, if I remember right, aren't you supposed to be in bed right now? Isn't this your nighttime? That's fine. I am Robert Hart. Yeah, 2 a.m. There you go. I thought so. I am Robert Hardy. And I am what I am. If you want to come knock on my front door, you just come on. You will not like my dog, though, but you can come and knock on my front door. I believe you're right. I believe you're right on it. I got to figure out how to say your name. Owner? Onev? Kim? Okay. Nev? Works for me. Works for me. I just want to call a bean and a shovel a shovel. But anyhow, of course, when anybody comes and knocks on my door to ring the doorbell, or UPS or FedEx or whoever puts a package on the porch, oh, Hercules goes crazy. Oh, outside it sounds mean and vicious, but all he's doing is he's excited. He thinks anybody that comes here has come to play with him. And his tail's just going like this. It's just, and it's that, y'all heard that loud bark the other day when somebody left a package. It's just tremendously, well, he's 126 pounds. He barks loud. Yeah, root beer hard candy. He'd smell it before you got out of your vehicle. He really would. Now the next thing he'll come down for, he'll come down if I don't pay him attention. I got my arm up here on my desk like this. He'll stick his nose under here and flop my arm up. He wants a little bit of attention, but he wants nuts. He loves cashews and whatever those other nuts are. Brain went dead. But anyhow, he loves nuts. So I get to eat the filberts and the walnuts out there. And the pistachios, and he eats the rest of them. Oh, my dog. Well, that wasn't too good, was it? What kind of weather we got coming up? We got a cloudy morning, right? Yeah, that looks like a winter. How much money we got? Did we afford to do anything? 26 grand. Hey, that paid for the whole trip, didn't it? License and everything. That was pretty good. Thank you, Catfish. California. Blueberries. Weird. That is weird. I'm sorry. Let's see if that's the one I want. Yep. Okay, let's go to the morning. In the morning comes in the fog. Her will eat just about anything. He'll eat pickles. Now my dog's out back. Let me see if I can show you a picture of them. I got a brother and a sister. Their mama was a chocolate lab and their daddy was a traveling man. Oh, here you can see the hat better like this. Maybe. Can you see that any better? Get it closer. Anyhow, that's the hat to be given away Saturday. But my dogs, they're solid black. Both of them. Now the female's getting gray hair all around her side of her jaw. Here's the female. This is the way she likes to sleep during the day. She is sound asleep. She'll be on her back and all 4 feet stuck up in the air. That's funny. And then the male, he's got all kinds of energy. I mean, I call him Mr. Twister. He jumps, his name is Nash, but he jumps up and down and spins around and oh, everything is such a joy. Hercules in the snow. Whoa! I got down to the bottom. Oh, Hercules, solid white dog. Okay? Look what he does when I let him outside. After a bath, he lay down and roll in the grass. Well, anyhow, Nash and Lady's kind of hefty. She does a lot of slaving, but it's so funny. Look, I just see her laying on her back. Well, I like them branches, don't I? Is it time for school, Colin? That looks like a school bell. It is. Or is it? That's a party hat. Oops, we got a fish. Doggone it. Waste all that time wasted. We caught a fish. Mercy. A jaconda. But that was funny, Heinrich, to go in there and that guy's typing Portuguese. And Big Boy was saying, I don't speak that. And then Big Legit come on, and evidently he speaks Portuguese, so he was typing back at him. It was funny. Hey, Mike, you're late. Well, that's what we named her. We named her Lady. And then my son was a basketball nut when we got the puppies. As a matter of fact, we got him from his basketball coach. His basketball coach, the chocolate lab, the female that had the litter, had 14 pups, 12 or 14. Anyhow, he's trying to give them away, and my wife and my son went up there and they picked out Nash because they wanted a male. Hey, how you doing, Cutlass? We're just a fishing and a flapping our jaws and having a good time. So anyhow, they went up there and they picked out Nash, and then Lady was so energetic, she wanted to go too. So they called me and said, "Can we get 2?" I said, "Sure, why not?" So they brought the brother and sister home. Y'all do know that Cutlass is one of my recommended people to watch on stream. Z, do you stream or do you just watch? A piranha, they're here. Just watch? Okay. Because I was definitely going to recommend you as someone to watch the streaming. I know you probably watch Big Legit a lot. Like I told y'all, I did not know. I don't know what not a piranha, okay? A piraruchu. What is a piraruchu? Okay. Well, do they bite? Anyhow, I did not. I'd heard about points. I didn't know what they were. And Hiram told me this morning. Oh, arapaima. Okay. Okay, we'll go catch an arapaima. Or we will attempt to. If Z doesn't have all of them caught by now. And she just might. Slow down, slow down. Baby, now you're moving way too fast. Oops, turn my motor off. He had to go do something, I think, what he said. Just before you came, Mike, Z caught her a 215-pound arapaima. And Heinrich said that it would have weighed more if she hadn't fought it so long. Got rid of all its fat. Yeah, Z's over there on the dock, so I will fish from a boat. That's okay. That ain't gonna get it, is it? Let's put me a 6/0 hook on there. And a large Camino. Get rid of that. Don't need that. Make sure that's the right one when I cast that. Yeah. That's okay. I'm good. I hear you caught another one. I can hear it splash. You trying to get me wet. Okay. See, now I didn't know that. Thank you, Giza. I didn't say geezer. I said Giza with a Z. I'm the geezer. Oh, I'm back. I can sit back and relax now. Come on, ding-a-ling-a-ling. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, my bell. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, my bell. See, when I first read it, I thought it said Pikachu. You know, Pikachu, wah, 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 from Pac-Man. No, Pikachu is the yellow one, isn't it? That's the yellow, whatever, Pikachu. Uh-oh, sound like my wife is moving stuff around to mop the kitchen floor, which means my lunch is going to be a little late. Really? In the black market? Interesting. That's not too cool. I know there's room over there, Z, but I don't like to crowd people. They ought to have more than one little tiny dock here anyhow. But that's okay. Have you heard about the elephants in Africa dying? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of elephants dying, and they don't know why. They haven't been able to find a disease or what's killing them. Seattle, I've been there a long time ago. A few years after Mount St. Helens blew, I had to pull a computer system. Uh-huh. I pulled a computer system out of a government office there, and we stayed 4 or 5 days, rented a car, and drove out up, is it Rainier? Mount Rainier? Yeah. We went up, it was July 4th. Everything was closed down. And we went up to the ski lodge. And the snow was about 12 feet deep. You drive through on the road. The sun, it was 70 degrees. The snow was melting and just beautiful rivulets, little waterfalls falling off the snow and across the road. So we got up there. That's a fighter. Oh, the 126 wasn't another one. That's a fighter too, wasn't it? Anyhow, we got up there and parked in the parking lot of the ski Rainier. Yeah, parked in this parking lot. And there were people out there skiing, okay, snow skiing, in bathing suits and bikinis. Now I know the weather was nice, but that snow was still cold. Still cold. And all I could think of was they had to be really, really good at skiing, because if they wipe out, they going to freeze. We didn't see anybody wipe out. We stayed for a while and then left. I wound up having to go to Seattle twice at different times. Bring it in a bit. But there was a guy that was still in Chattanooga that worked for me, and he collected pine cones. So as we were driving up there, these huge pine trees, I mean, so big that I couldn't stretch my arms around half of them. Just huge, and I thought, well, the pine cones got to be this big. So I thought, well, he'll love it if I bring him one of these big pine cones back. So I looked and looked and looked. The pine cones were about that big. They're little bitty things, smaller than when I get around here, little pine trees. They're big pine trees. But that's all they were. And all I could think of was, God knows best. Because if pine cones this big fell from, I mean, these trees are 100, 200 feet. I mean, they were huge. You stand there and just look up and it hurts your neck looking up. But if one of those huge pine cones fell from up there all the way down, whatever it landed on, it'd kill. Animal, human, it didn't matter. And God knows that. So he's going to protect his creatures. Here we go. I got one. This is what you wanted, Giza. This is a little one. a youngin. There's Mikey over there. Yeah. Mike, I'm gonna see if I can hit you with a bait. Put it right in your boat. There you go. Thunk. Yeah, mine was a minnow. About the size of me. I tell you, they kind of got some of the proportions a little bit off in the super test. Z can probably tell you that. When you pull up a minnow or a large minnow on your line, it looks like it's this big. It's big. And I caught a red-eye piranha. You know, they're kind of big anyhow. But it looked like it was like this, a 2-pounder. And then I caught a 30-pound permit. When I took a picture, picked it up, the head was at my eye level, and his tail was below my knees. 30-pounder. You going to practice for emerald, or you going to practice for white moose? Whichever you do practice, good luck. Have fun. It was nice of Vino to drop by, wasn't it, Z? He told me before he doesn't usually come and watch any streams. That was nice. I know he does stream. What we got? What we got? That's what I thought you said, piranha. Oh, me. I'm going to catch one more fish, and then I'm going to eat me some lunch, if y'all don't mind. I've got some errands that I need to do this afternoon. And I got to go to Sam's and pick up some stuff we bought. And again, I appreciate y'all watching, and I hope we learned something. Learn a little bit, pass it on. That's the fisher person's way. Can't say fisherman anymore. That's not politically correct. We must say that's the fishing way. How about that? That encompasses it. Would y'all like me to see if I can find somebody to raid? You tell me. If not, I won't. I know I had a couple of comments when we raided the last time that the raid, the video wasn't very enjoyable. I said, okay, so next time I'll ask before I do that. Uh-oh, Z's trying to cut me in half with that line. I like it too. It's comfortable. Like I've said, I don't like a hat that sticks up high on your head. I like when it's right down next to my head, keep my head warm. I don't think it's kind of a loose weave. I don't think it's going to keep your head very dry in the rain. Pugs. Okay, I've seen him. Anybody else got any suggestions? Let me see if I can find him. Let me reel this in. I don't have to find him, do I? Male droit? That one I've never heard of. Maladroit. Lao means sick. Isn't that a kid? Isn't that a young kid, that penguin? I think I've watched that a little bit on when I do shuffle. Well, let me see what happens. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Okay, y'all tell me which one. What'd you get, Z? There you go, another 100-pounder. Good Lord, she likes the big fish. Let's take a quick little vote here. Okay. I don't. Then that's what we'll do. Is that all right with you, Giza? We'll pay back the friend. Okay. A Scottish lady. That's cool. Well, y'all, thank you very much. This is Thursday, so I probably won't be back on anymore today, but I'll be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be on, remember, around noon or anytime the afternoon. Come to my channel and watch the video, the last one with my face on there. Thank you, Mike. You too. And I'll have information about our thank you, Cutlass. Later to you too, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. But I'll have information about the Saturday competition that we're going to have and tell you a little bit more about it. Okay? And I'll try to write notes down so I don't forget anything. If I can remember to write the notes. So, God bless y'all. Thanks for coming. Thank you, Bidge. Thank you for your subscription. I appreciate that. And don't be so loose with your money, lady. I know. All y'all take care. So I'll catch you later. Thanks again for coming. I'll see you next time around. Bye. Well, there you go too. Intended for mature audiences. I hope it doesn't offend anybody because I don't want to do that. So y'all take care. God bless you. I shut it all down, didn't I?